Greetings, Benjamin J. from Ben's Trains with another in the series. Well, a follow-up on that motor that arrived. As you see, I have stuck it in this old 999 shell. Now, the interesting thing about this motor is you notice there is no mount for a front truck. So this is not out of a 999. It's very likely out of a Canadian Pacific. The slots on the back for mounting the motor are much thinner, much thinner. For sliding into a stamped sheet metal locomotive. Of course, this is cast, so I had to take a file and physically open those slots on the back of the motor before it would fit the mounting plate on this 999. Anyway, it runs forward only, but it runs. That's the neat thing about it. Let's turn the power on. So, getting ready to take it around for its very first run around the rail. And we're going to be pulling Lionel. Now, this shell has no rear truck, no front truck. It's really beat up, as you can tell. But remember, I got this motor for $6. So I have virtually nothing invested in this. All right, so pulling 12 Lionel cars, I believe. So that's 40% power. So for being made out of junk, that is not bad at all. It was definitely worth the $6. There's no doubt about that. 40% power pulling 12 Lionel cars. Like I said, it runs forward only, but it's running. No doubt about that. So it was worth the half hour or however long it took to get this running. Nothing major wrong with it other than the fact that it was gutted. The E-unit was gone. And I don't know why they went to all the trouble of removing the E-unit and then reassembling the motor if they didn't try to do the bypass or run power back to the motor. It didn't make any sense to me why they would go to all the effort of doing that and then reassemble it. So anyway, it's up and running. Far from perfect, as you can see. Actually beat up really badly. But a pre-war motor with spoked wheels runs forward only, missing the E-unit. There's no way around that. I could put a switch in it for forward and reverse, but it's just not worth the effort, I don't think. Anyway, as you see, it's running with no problem at all. Actually running really well. That's about 25% power, something like that. So it was worth the $6, no doubt. So as you see, that is running just absolutely splendidly. Good constant speed all the way around the rail. I mean, far from perfect, made completely out of junk. You know, I originally bought this for parts, but like I said, I always try to get them running before I actually completely strip them. And in this case, added a brush plate and had to repair the power going to the light socket. Other than that, nothing. It's up and running. I haven't done anything to it at all. Lubricated it. But as I always stress, don't overlook the junk. I mean, it's by no means a prize, but it's sitting here running, pulling a dozen Lionel cars with no problem at all at 30% power. Really difficult to beat that. And it was $6. So anyway, if push comes to shove, I can always use it for parts, but I'm really reluctant to tear apart a running motor. That's why I always try to test them before I disassemble them. And in this case, I just added a brush plate and a quick repair to that socket for the bulb. It's up and running. It runs forward only because the E-unit is completely missing. The thing is, it's running. No problem with it at all. It's actually running fairly well. And remember, this is an old motor. This is pre-war. But as you see, it was worth the $6 and the effort it took to get it running. So I'm happy with it. It was fun, it was easy to fix, it was dirt cheap, and it gives me a new running locomotive, as you see. So anyway, I just want to do a quick follow-up video on this. Don't overlook the junk. $6. And about a half hour of my time, and this locomotive is up and running. So as always, if you have any questions, feel free to drop an email, BENZTRAINZ@gmail.com, And as always, thank you for watching.